Hello, this is and I am Kitty Hollywood. Today's review is of a film that conjures up only disappointment to many people. It's Warner Brothers' 1950 release, Stage Fright. It's produced and directed by Alfred Hitchcock. The music is by Leighton Lucas, the costumes are by Milo Anderson and Christian Dior. Now it's adapted as a screenplay by Whitfield Cook and Alma Reville, who is Alfred Hitchcock's wife. They adopted it from the novel Man Running by Selwyn Jepson. It stars Jane Wyman, Richard Todd, Marlene Dietrich, Michael Wilding, Alastair Sim, and a slew of lovely British actors. It's about a young would-be actress who, whilst hiding her friend from the police, takes on a real-life acting challenge in order to clear his name. Disguises, gentle British comedy, and Cole Porter ensues.
It's not 'cause she wouldn't, it's not 'cause she shouldn't, and you know it's not 'cause she couldn't, it's simply because I'm the laziest gal in town.
Okay, just prior to this, Alfred Hitchcock had directed a film called Under Capricorn. It starred Ingrid Bergman, Joseph Cotton and Michael Wilding. It's a period piece and it tanked. It's a really odd film. The story isn't particularly coherent. And look, a lot of directors today have a stable of actors who they work with, and Alfred Hitchcock really had the same thing, and you can really tell when actors outside that group just don't mesh with what he's trying to do, and that worked both for Under Capricorn and to a certain extent in Stage Fright. Anyway, after Under Capricorn, he decided to go back to something more familiar, modern day thriller set in London. Patricia Hitchcock was studying at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art at the time, so he took this as an opportunity to have a bit of a visit with her. She's got a part in the film, a small part, and she's also used as a stunt double of sorts for some of the slightly more dangerous driving sequences, as a stunt double for Jane Wyman, that is. And the film it's about acting. It's about RADA, it's partly filmed there, it's about the whole theatrical world, and it's about the sort of acting everybody does every day when interacting with different people. Jane Wyman had come straight off an Oscar win for Johnny Belinda, and so she was A-grade material, but things didn't mesh that well. She was playing a dowdy maid, she was up against Marlene Dietrich, and apparently she'd see the images of herself at the dailies and she would just burst into tears. She'd try then apparently to insert a little bit of glamour into her maid outfit the following day, and it wasn't the point. And they didn't have the best of relationships whilst working in the film. Marlene Dietrich is delicious. She's so naughty the entire time, and she's got a twinkle in her eye, which does make it a little bit difficult when things get serious. But look, Cole Porter wrote The Laziest Gal in Town for her for this film. She was also besties with Edith Piaf, who specifically gave her permission to perform La Vie en Rose for this film. So, beat that with a stick. She and Michael Wilding were reportedly having a torrid affair whilst making this film, which really makes Michael Wilding's acting in the scene in the car with Jane Wyman even more impressive. Alastair Sim, Sybil Thorndike, they have this beautiful scene together, this sort of well-bred snarkiness, which I love watching. And Joyce Grenfell has a bit part, and she pretty much walks off with the entire film with her lovely ducks.
Well, half a crown then. You know, money first. Now, shall I put it in for you? It breaks somewhere here. I can't. It's rather frightfully.
Perhaps I can manage.
Wait a minute. I think you'll have to do it yourself. I'm not frightfully good. Be rather careful, won't you?
You get a really strong sense of family in this film. It's not just, oh, there's a murder and I'm involved with it. It's a murder and I'm involved with it, and I'm going to go home to my family and try and deal with them at the same time. It gives a nice sense of deeper characterization in this film. But now, onto the big disappointment betrayal thing. Without getting all spoilers, this film employs a cinematic device that was rare in 1950. The audiences watched the film and they felt cheated. In his later interviews with Francois Truffaut, Hitchcock said that it was a mistake what he did. He shouldn't have done it, he didn't have enough respect for the audiences, that it had been wrong. But I don't know that I agree with that. Modern audiences they're infinitely more forgiving of this type of thing. And watching it for the first time, I certainly didn't want my money back. And watching it again and again and again, look, I just think it was really ahead of its time in this instance, and it makes for a really interesting film. So watch Stage Fright. Watch it for the device, watch it for the delicious Miss Dietrich, and watch it for Patricia Hitchcock's character, Chubby Bannister. Stage Fright, 10 out of 10.